This is the Incarnon mode. Yeah, that's kind of what it does. Yup. Let's talk about the Mitre and its Incarnon form. The Mitre for a long time has been a super unique weapon because it had the Augment mod. Neutralizing Justice is one of the very unique mods that makes a weapon able to one-shot a nullifier bubble. Also, if it is used by what, eviscerators, I think? Yeah, it's a super common weapon inside the game. But stats were always kind of meh. You could get to level cap and stuff. But the Incarnon made it quite crazy, to be honest. And it's been a while since a weapon had me, like, not really cracking my head, but to really stop and think a bit. Let's take a look on the perks. Starting, we have the Incarnon form. Then we can choose between these two. If I'm not wrong, during the live stream, Dave told me to not get this one because it would just deplete the ammo reserves really fast. This one increases damage, and with channel ability fire rate, it's pretty okay. Second or third evolution. Ammo capacity, I don't know, could be its capacity. So yeah, it's maximum. This could be interesting if you're planning to use this with the other one. Could be interesting. Reload from empty, reload speed. I wouldn't get this one. Projectile speed seems good, especially if you're trying to get the headshots. So I just went with projectile speed. For the last one, which is where the interesting stuff is, usually, this is the one that actually got me curious, but I haven't tried yet. I'm gonna try it later. Critical chance increase, pretty significant for both the normal and the Incarnon version, since it has a really low chance, low crit chance, 5, 10, 20% is already good, but yeah, this gives quite a good amount of crits. But then this one is more balanced, and to be honest, I prefer to, this one is more balanced. I prefer to run with it because we're gonna be able to reach certain thresholds, and I'm gonna talk about soon. So now that we're done with the Incarnon perks, let's take a look on what it can do. As you can see, it's not hard to reach the Incarnon form. The main fire is what you guys already knew about the Mitre. It's powerful, and I do have one pretty decent ribbon. This is the Incarnon mode. Yeah, that's kind of what it does. It's like these homing projectiles. The status chance is kind of crazy, especially with the ribbon that I have. The shots can be a little bit inconsistent. Either they hit stuff and keep hitting stuff, or they just completely fly off. They have their own will, pretty much. But it is kind of crazy. Let's take a look on the builds. And to be honest, I'm kind of divided between what to build with this weapon. Here is a pure slash build. We're getting slash and radial heat from the weapon. This radial heat, I'm gonna tell you that I think it is the one thing that prevents this weapon from being one of the most busted weapons in the entire game. If this was, I don't know what they could put here instead of heat. If it was a combined element like blast and you could add something like electricity, I think it could probably be one of the most busted weapons in the game, because the amount of stacks you're able to get with the shots is just absurd. Drawbacks. We have one, but it is manageable. You can see that I'm using Serration. I'm not sure about how low the base damage is, but it might be a little bit. So I'm using Serration. Not only that, the problem is triggering arcanes. I like to have Deadhead because of the timer. 24 seconds is a pretty good and chill timer. And also the headshot multiplier is super nice, but with this thing in Incarnon form, you're probably not going to be getting the headshots unless you use something like a Zara's Whisper, and probably you're going to hit the first shot of the when it gets in the bubble. But then other arcanes you can use. Merciless, usable. It's probably going to be for normal missions. Even Steel Path, you're probably going to be able to run this without any problem. I'm not a big fan of Merciless because the stacks decay kind of fast. You have to be killing all the time. That's just not my favorite. But if you're fine with it, fine using it, you're probably gonna have no problem. Dexterity is another option. It lasts for 20 seconds and you need only a few kills. So I would run with Dexterity if it was me. As for the stats, let me get everything out of this. They are pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, look at that. Look at the critical multiplier on the Incarnates. Yeah, got kind of good. For making a build, I was gonna make a build, let's say. This is what I would go for. Serration, Galvanized, some critical. Now you have to think if you want point strike or critical delay here, because critical delay, instead of putting you to 80%, will actually put you to 96%, which is almost a guaranteed critical. If you're fine with the 80% and not having the fire rate penalty, you can go with this. What to say? What else to build towards? One thing that I haven't tried yet, that I'm gonna try now, is Hunter Munitions. Oh, why would you use Hunter Munitions again? We can get Hunter Munitions to proc probably on the radial attack. Probably. Yeah. I don't feel the need to use anything for fire rate. I usually don't, but you could use either Vile Acceleration or even what is the other one? Speed Trigger, or even a Prime Shred. Punch Through. Absolutely no use on this weapon. The projectiles on hit, they will bounce. Even on the normal mode, yeah. Normal or Incarnon, projectiles will bounce on impact. So I don't think Punch Through plays any role on this. Firestorm increases the radial attack range, but is really just a bit. I'm not sure if it is worth using this. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure. If you wanna go with it, but I wouldn't. So we got 117. Okay. I would use Hammer Shot. I think it fits well, this thing. Increases critical multiplier, increases status chance. You could see that the status chance before is 117. And with Hammer Shot goes to closer to 200%. So we have a pretty good chance of getting 2 procs out of the direct hit, which I think is amazing. Yeah. You could also use the Neutralizing Justice if you wanted, but I haven't tested it. I'm not sure if it is working with the Incarnon. It should be. I don't think they would make anything and make it not work with the old stuff that made it unique. So this is gonna be able to pull out some pretty crazy numbers. Should be. Should I kill some with the melee before? I think I should. I'm gonna take the glaive prime just to get some easy kills. Probably gonna have to resummon them because it's gonna be too many kills. Yep. Okay, so we're starting big. We're starting... Oh, I forgot the Bane. Yeah, completely forgot the Bane. You should have a Bane. This is a weapon that really... It's just amazing to have a Bane. And now I got to a tricky situation. Take this and put a Bane. Bane a Grenier. Okay, so I took fire rate. How bad is this gonna get now? We'll have to figure out. I don't think this is super crazy to make this build. 2 shots, Incarnon. I think I'm getting considerably more slash procs than before. Now, one good question is how much damage. It's actually dealing decent damage, I think. I was gonna say the question is how much damage are these slash procs getting? Because they are from a radial attack, which usually it's kind of hard to tell. Actually have to see if they're really working, but it's kind of hard to see. Maybe now I need to increase the radius. See something like that. Okay, I think it works. Yeah. I think this one got a slash tick from the explosion. It's hard to tell. But the damage is so insane, even with the stacks decaying and all of that. I think the damage is just super insane. There's no way denying it. Let me show you with Zada's Whisper how this thing works. This is unique as the FOD scaffold. The projectile actually is able to bounce multiple times on the same enemy. So if you hit it with Zada's Whisper, it is absolutely insane. It's really hard to not kill an enemy. So for enemies that take damage and are susceptible to status effects, so we're not counting add-ons and stuff, this should be one of the most deadly weapons that we can build. I liked Hunter Munitions. I think it worked. Let's take a look again, just to fire a few shots with this. See if I'm going crazy or if I'm getting a really bad amount of status. I was getting more status procs, but I might be crazy. I think we still need some more confirmation on that. But with the amount of punch this thing is able to dish out, it's just so insane. Yeah. Look at that. It's unbelievable. But please, use a Bane. Use a Bane. Okay. I was trying to mess around with electricity. The problem is we're gonna make radiation. But we're still able to get some electricity from the direct hits. And that's actually kind of crazy. You have 2 strong dots. And even with these guys having armor, you can still see. Just imagine if that radiation was actually electricity. It's a considerable amount of damage, even with this little. Look at that. There's not even a chance anything will survive armor ship. I think this is super crazy. I've tried gas too. Let's make gas again. I'm not sure what is better, but I am just amazed. I think how it works, the whole like dynamic and stuff it has. I'm saying like you don't have that many shots, but they're extremely effective. I think that is a good mechanic, a good way to see it. You can still, if you group enemies, Zada's Whisper, you can make a pretty decent AoE-ish. I already got the sound. Imagine if anything would survive the gas clouds. Of course they don't. It's just, I'm just so amazed and kind of confused, but happy for the miter. That yeah, it's really good, and it's really good to see this weapon shine again. And this, like, this is the Riven. Yeah, 15 times. Yeah. I wouldn't mind dropping something for neutralizing justice. If I didn't have the Riven, I would probably use neutralizing justice. Or I'm really divided with the whole arcane stuff. If I could drop Serration, I would consider using it too, because nullifiers are annoying, and could be a worth putting there. But not only that, we also get the effect, right? The justice, which is always good. It's like a blast and gives you armor, I think, which, yeah, it's pretty good. I'm just been thinking about these Incarnon weapons and how stupidly easy would be to make a level cap and stuff with these. It's just like the Fenmore and the Latum. They're the Felarks too. Like, they're just so crazy. The level caps and stuff with them almost sort of don't even feel. I wouldn't say, yeah, challenge. Don't even feel challenged. But this thing is just crazy. Again, the only drawback that I see is the arcane, because I'm not a fan of Merciless. But if you are, you have no problem. Yeah, I think that's the take that I have for the Miter for now. Oh, let me see if there's anything. I don't think there's anything that I'm actually missing. It is really, really good to go with status. And please, for the love of God, use a Bane. This thing with the Bane. Terminal velocity is always good. Yeah, I really couldn't really complain for not having fire rate. I could put neutralizing justice here. Still have that effect there. Should still delete stuff, even without a Riven. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys with some. Yeah, that's gonna be my take for now on the Miter. I'm gonna try some more stuff and see see if it's gonna be worth making another video about it. Let me know what you think about this absolute powerhouse. Leave it in the comments below. Leave it a like, and consider subscribing. Peace.
Till next time, friend.